Hi, this is Challen Yi with bringing acupuncture mainstream, one talk at a time. Today I want to talk a little bit about how much does it cost to see an acupuncturist. And I'd rather not talk about me personally because that's not the purpose of all these videos. The purpose of these videos is to bring an increased awareness to how acupuncture and acupuncturists at large can help raise the level and quality of your health care. And so I'd rather talk, at least from my point of view, what I've seen in the industry and why it's like that. And so to begin with, acupuncture has not been part of the mainstream, and therefore it hasn't been subject to a lot of the what you might call regular office visit type billing that you've experienced with your MD. And so there's quite a wide variety of experiences you may have when you see an acupuncturist or when you're seeking to choose an acupuncturist, if the type of billing and the way you want to pay is of high priority. And so you have the wide gamut. Now, a lot of acupuncturists will accept insurance. Some acupuncturists also take Medicare, Medi-Cal. So they've done extra paperwork and filed and registered with the government in order to serve that community of people who are Medicare or Medi-Cal. There are a lot of acupuncturists who only do a cash business, and that's just their preference, and they happen to have a clientele that only pays in cash. You do get receipts, and then there's everything in between. Along with the different types of clinics, a clinic will tend to be much more formal. They'll bill you in a very formal way. They'll charge your insurance first, if you have insurance, to see if they cover acupuncture. If you have a PPO plan, you're more likely to have acupuncture coverage of acupuncturists out of network. If you have an HMO, most likely you're going to have to have a direct referral from your MD. So there's a lot of similarities to going into a Western clinic and having your billing done that way. But because there's so many acupuncturists who have developed their careers over time, beginning when acupuncture was not so mainstream, as we gradually get more mainstream, you're going to see probably more regular type billing situations. But no, it depends what you want. It depends what you're capable of. There's another interesting business model that is fascinating to me, and that is I call it the Queen Anne. I just happened to be speaking with a friend of mine who is from Seattle, and she mentioned Queen Anne acupuncture, and I know that. And she's not the only. They're not the only clinic that does this type of work. There's many other clinics who offer a communal style acupuncture experience, and people come in and they pay some pretty nominal fee, and have a public style communal type experience with acupuncture. Typically, it's like a auricular or ear acupuncture, so people can just sit and be in a community. And the charges for that type of treatment tend to be pretty low. Other models that I've seen that are very unique amongst, you might say, alternative or holistic medicine practitioners is they'll have a period of time where people come in, they have a reference or a suggested amount that they would like to be paid, but then they leave it up to the client to pay whatever they will. So if somebody is coming in and they don't have much money but they need a treatment, there are acupuncturists out there that will help that community. And so that's a nice thing. Along with their regular business, they'll offer times when they can treat people in a much more based on the ability of the patient to pay. There's other. Sorry if I'm not being too structured about this. I'm just really thinking off the cuff here. But probably the last thing before this video gets too long is the difference between insurance and cash only. There's times when people have a health plan and it covers acupuncture. They'll come into a clinic and they'll get their insurance billed. And this is very similar to a Western MD. If you're not aware of this, you may also apply these strategies to your Western clinic. Is that if you have insurance, you'll be billed, your insurance will be billed. The only difference is with most Western treatments, you'll be covered as long as you're in your network. So if your insurance for some reason does not cover you, as often as is often the case with acupuncture, then you can ask your doctor if they offer a cash-only price. That has been done many times, and that's an option that you can use if by chance your health insurance does not cover what you need. You can always try to ask if your doctor has a cash-only price, because the prices that are normally charged, quite frankly, are geared up for the insurance world, and if you look at your bills, they could be hundreds of dollars. It's not unusual for an acupuncturist to bill an insurance company for over $300 worth of work. But if they know that you do not have coverage and you can only come in cash only, they may have a policy that is much more meaningful and practical for you in order to get your treatment. So ask, and this is sort of a very cursory survey. I just wanted to throw this video out there just to get people to think and to understand that there are ways, and there's a variety of ways that acupuncturists address their billing, and it's often is done in as much cooperation with the patient as possible. So this is Challen Yi with bringing acupuncture mainstream one talk at a time, and to see you in the next video. Bye.